What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Kajagoogoo, and we're here to start the next chapter in the Kajagoogoo story. Once again, big shout out to Han Solo. And the next album in the discography is Crazy People's Right to Speak, 1985. I'm highly amused by the album title. But yeah, the first tune is called Do I? It's not shown with a question mark, but I think that's maybe just because in files, like digital files, you can't have a question mark as part of the file name. Nevertheless, it is an open question, if it is in fact a question, and as a statement, I'm not quite sure how it works. I suppose a rhetorical question is in a way a statement, meaning it's one you don't expect answered and there's an implied declaration or statement in it. Nevertheless, if you have to ask, do I suppose in a more genuine sense, there is uncertainty. But of course, whatever the actual verb or description is, meaning it speaks to a condition, a circumstance that either is or isn't, and if there is that question being asked, then of course there is a lack of clarity. But yeah, it's a very basic title and there's no additional context, so I'll just have to see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Kajagoogoo, the track is Do I, and it's the opening tune on their 1985 album Crazy People's Right to Speak.
Circumstance, all washed up, can't you see? That's your problem. Make a change in a humdrum lives to reawaken and realize we're all living on a time bomb that's gonna blow us to pieces. Pressure's on, heart attack. Science fiction is science fact. Watch your backs when the bullets fly. That's our problem. Enough, I draw the line. Go to sleep for a long, long time. Blinkers on, straight ahead. But my lips, that's what I said. Discipline I can't justify. Oh, the pain in me, I cry. Pressure's on, heart attack. Science fiction is science fact. Watch your backs when the bullets fly. That's our problem.
sudden ending. I don't mind that though. I like the definitive nature of that ending, and it was a bit of a surprise. So okay, number one, it's more electronic, like keyboard synth sounding than many songs I've heard from the band I'm about to mention, but it almost reminds me like a bit of a more keyboard oriented In Excess track, like something about the guitar and the bass and just kind of the punchy percussion, even the attitude of the tune. It felt like it was a bit in that vein. Nevertheless, I do enjoy the different layers. Again, there's like some edgy guitar along the way. There's that sort of, deep bass grooving away. But there was also this, not xylophone, but this light, like struck melodic motif in the middle of it. I assume, a keyboard in some respect, but yeah, there were different layers and levels to the sonic atmosphere. And yeah, the vocals, like the chorus, how do I, when do I forget exactly, or what do I, but either way, it was like different angles on the phrase do I do wrong, which apparently is the verb in question. So yeah, like, and there were, looking around town, like I'm not quite sure what the narrator is wondering about his actions, but apparently there's a suggestion of wrongdoing, but that could be like coming externally. Maybe he is, doesn't have full clarity on the situation and it's a genuine set of questions, but I didn't know the larger context. I don't know the situation in which he is asking this question and or these questions, and or is uncertain of what the reality of the situation is. But again, doing wrong seems to be the essence of the title phrase / question. So perhaps at least that's a starting point when I listen to it again. Obviously, let me know if you do have insights in that regard. And yeah, I'd say, I've talked about in a lot of different deep dives, it seems like when you get to 85 and 86 and 87, some bands that were known in the first half of the decade for a more like keyboard electronic synth pop sound start incorporating more like funk and soul and rock elements, to the point where it's still synth pop, but there's a more like multi-genre, multi-style flavor to it. In a certain degree, it felt like maybe that's what's going to happen here with this album. Nevertheless, I did enjoy the kind of brash boldness of the like attitude of the tune, which again, maybe that's part of why it sounded like In Excess to me in a certain like manner, meaning like some of the sonics, it didn't have kind of that new wave sound that I've heard from In Excess, and less of a bluesy sound that I've heard from In Excess, but it just, something about it had a bit more of a like in your face kind of attitude. So either way, I enjoyed the opener and I'm keen to hear where this album will go. Once again, big thank you to Han Solo for providing this and the previous Kajagoogoo albums. Let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.